Hey, WealthLab 8 users, Glitch here. Today we're going to talk about what's new in WealthLab 8 Build 6. So let's get started. First off, we have a couple of new features that let you correct data directly from the chart. So let me open up first my data manager. I want to make sure that, okay, TD is my top level historical provider. So when I open a chart and put in a symbol, it will first try to get the data from TD. If that fails, it will go down the line and use all of my checked providers here. Oh, here's a little Easter egg. You can see Tradeer. That's right, we have our Tradeer extension coming soon. But for now, let's get back on track here and open up a chart so we can see down below this is indeed sourced from TD Ameritrade. So the first feature is right-clicking on a bar of the chart and editing the bar data. So look at this nice tall green bar. If this happened to be an incorrect data spike, for example, maybe the low of that bar was actually, instead of 410.64, maybe it was 411. I would just go in there and correct it. So now if I hover over, the low is 411. So let me actually go in and change it back. I don't want incorrect data in my history here. So there you go. The ability to correct bar data manually from the chart, just like good old WealthLab 6 and prior days. The goal here is to prevent all future forum posts that begin in WealthLab 6. I could do this, so we're closing in on all those gaps. Next, let's open up a new symbol here. Let's say AGRX. This was one that was identified in our forum. And yeah, look at that. That is clearly something wrong with TD's historical data. TD did not apply a reverse split to the stock. So let me go on the web and let's see if we can figure out what that split factor actually should have been. AGRX split. Okay, Agile Therapeutics announces a 1-for-40 reverse stock split. So armed with that information, let's right-click on the bar and apply a stock split. So 1-for-40. Let's put in 1-for-40. Right away, we can see a preview of the affected values. Let's click OK. And there we go. Our split is applied and the TD historical data is corrected. So there you go. Correcting for stock splits by right-clicking on the chart. Next, we have a new method in our user strategy base class. And it is a strategy execution method. It is new WFO interval. So the purpose of this is when you do a walk forward optimization in WealthLab 8, and let's maybe, do we have the home page open? Let's open up a strategy that I think we can optimize here. Let's say knife juggler. Let's click optimize. So when you do a walk forward optimization, you wind up with a number of different walk forward intervals, and each interval has a complete optimization run and the best parameters determined, and then they are applied in the out of sample window. When this is all said and done, you can run a special type of backtest where you use all of the walk forward parameters in a dynamic fashion. So in one backtest, you will be using the out of sample walk forward parameter values. So this means that the parameter values need to change on a bar by bar basis depending on which walk forward interval is being processed. So that the problem was As you know, WealthLab calculates all of its indicators in a initialize method. So if these indicators happen to be calculated with parameter values, they actually weren't responding in the special walk forward backtest run that is available in the walk forward optimization. So to rectify that, we added this new method, a new new WFO interval. And what this does in a building block strategy, it automatically recalculates all of the intervals whenever there's a new walk forward interval. If you want to do the same thing in a C# strategy, you can just override the method and recalculate your indicators just as you do in initialize, using the parameter values that you're pulling from your parameter instances that you created. Okay, next we have a new built-in broker sync function, which will prevent exit orders from being sent to brokers if you don't have corresponding positions in your broker. So let's, for example, go to our order manager and connect to the dummy broker, and let's plug in, let's say Microsoft. Let's say we're going to sell 20 at market, and let's place that. Okay, so that one was actually filled. That's telling me that I did have a position in Microsoft in my dummy account. Let's switch to a different account here. Let's try account 4. I don't think I have a Microsoft in my dummy broker account 4. So let's place another one. Here we go. So this red sign is what I'm looking for. If I hover over there, it says could not find a matching position to exit. So this is a safeguard. Certain brokers, like IB for example, if they encounter a sell and there's no corresponding position, they'll just create a short position. Most brokers don't do that. They will air out the order, which is what we were relying on previously, but now we are checking the position for these exit orders. Another change regarding the auto trading capabilities of WealthLab 8 was pointed out by a member of our forum who was creating a strategy such as this. Let me open this up. So this particular strategy that I mocked up has a single entry and it has 2 exits, and they're actually both limit orders. So one is exiting at the highest high at limit and another is exiting at a 0.2% profit target limit. So the problem was that the auto trading was placing both of those exits, and when one of them was filled, the other one could then also possibly be filled, and if you're an IB, that would create a short position. So we added some logic to the building block strategy to track the exit orders that are linked to a specific entry order, and if one of the exit orders is filled, it will automatically cancel any other open exit orders in that group. So that should avoid that problem. It works automatically in a building block strategy. And let me open up this C# code. If you want to do the same thing in a C# strategy, all you need to do is assign a value to backtester cancellation code. And it should be the same value. Notice that they're both 49. So since both of these exits are linked to the same entry, when this exit with a linked cancellation code of 49 is filled, it will look for any other open exit orders with the same cancellation code and cancel those. So that's the new safeguard provisions in our auto trading. There's a couple other things, but I think that's good enough for this video. We're going to get build 6 out today, and we have a couple of last minute things to do on the Trader extension, and then Trader should be released in a couple days as well. So Thanks, everyone. Check the release notes for the other items that I didn't have time to mention here, and see you all on the forums.